Today we are talking about making ugly art and why it is so important. But before I get started, I wanted to share an update on the Art Blox Box. Thanks to everyone's votes, I was able to redesign the final box design and have it printed. So now that I have everything sorted out, I can get started to work on my Kickstarter, putting everything together and getting it live. And once it goes live, I'll let all of you know. For today's painting, I was in some serious need of emotional release, but I couldn't think of what to paint. So I grabbed my Art Blox Box, and during the process of my creating and doing everything, I began to get these thoughts and they were, wow, this is ugly. Ugh, so bad. But you know what? When I was done and began to reflect back on what I had created, I got to see, I just started to think, and I saw the value in the time that I took to make this art and how important ugly art really is. And I wanted to share that with all of you today. Making ugly art is so important for us as creatives, no matter what stage in our creative journey we are on. When we are learning a new creative skill, you actually want to make that quote unquote ugly art. You want to try new things, experiment. That's how we find those beautiful diamond factors, those things that bring us joy and light in our lives when we're creating. It's when you compare your art against others, that's when the negativity can really negatively impact your creative growth and flow. Making bad art is actually essential to our growth and will lead to us making art that we love. It can be so disconcerting when in the throes of the creative expression, when we hit that ugly phase in our painting, and when we get discouraged, or even worse, when we start to feel funky. Like the creative gods just are not on our side today, and nothing is working for us. And then all of a sudden it's just like, ugh, my art is just not working. It's so ugly. And you don't like anything that you're looking and seeing at, and you just feel ick. But without this, we can't grow. I often find that my ugly art stems from my emotions, how I'm feeling when I'm making it. I've noticed this trend thanks to a ritual I've implemented for creating my art when I'm done, where I sit back and I reflect. I don't just reflect about the colors that I'm using or how the image looks in the end. I also reflect back on how I was feeling that day when I created, how I've been feeling that week, that month. Our emotions play a huge role in how we feel about our art because it's our emotions that we put into it. When you're doing intuitive work or even classic replication artwork, how you feel that day will be reflected in it. It'll be reflected in the way that you're holding your body, in how you move your arms, and the colors that you gravitate towards while you're creating your artwork. Our emotions play a large part in art, even if we aren't fully conscious of it at the time. Now, if you are using art for healing, or as a hobby, as a way to unwind, de-stress, shut down all the voices in your head. You don't have to make that classic beauty art and when I say beauty, I mean what society would deem as beauty. If it adds value to your life, if it makes you feel better, this is what matters. The magic of art at its essence is its expression. It gives us a way to heal. Art is healing. Don't feel like you have to be making beautiful art. You can spend your entire healing journey creating that quote unquote ugly art, but still feel the healing powers. What others call beauty and what others may call ugly may be completely different things to how you feel about your art or to the things that you love and hate. And no matter why you are making your art, be that for personal purposes where you never share it with the world, or if you're selling your art, making ugly art helps us. I'm the artist that I am today because of making ugly art. I've been able to grow, expand, express, and I want this painting to serve as an example. I really was going through a really tough time when I needed to express myself. I'm not going to share what was going on in my life when I made this, but I honestly can look back and see my emotions in this art. I don't see beauty in the classic sense, but I do see the beauty in its healing and how it's helped me express those emotions, how that chaos and everything that I was feeling at the time went into this painting, and it has helped me heal and made me feel so much better about the emotions that I was going through and what I was experiencing at that moment in time in my life. And that's the power in art and in creating things that maybe we might find ugly and what society might not think is beautiful, but helps us grow. And I want you guys to keep that in mind when you sit down to create your art today, tomorrow, next year. Embrace the emotions, embrace the ugly, and allow it to help you grow and expand. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, stay magical.